What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kpop Kimchi podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. But wait, this is not a girl group episode, is it, Fogra?
No, this is a boy group episode.
This is a very special boy group episode. And what boy group is that?
So we're going to talk about BTS.
Ever heard of them?
You know, it's funny because we know like little to nothing at all about BTS. So we brought a special friend from our Discord who's an expert on BTS. And our friend Mango here. Hello, Mango.
Hey.
Hey, Mango.
She is here to help teach us about BTS. And this is how we're starting off the second half of the year. Because why not? Seems like a good idea.
We figured if we gotta do a boy group episode, why not just do BTS? And since we have a super talented, awesome expert in Mango, one of our best friends, to come teach us, why not do that too? So it was really just a win-win situation.
It's true.
Win-win situation for all of us.
So yeah, Mango, you can introduce yourself to all of our 10 listeners.
Hi, I'm Mango. I like BTS. I like a lot of boy groups.
Woo,
Being on the Discord opened me up to a bunch of girl groups, so it's been a very good symbiotic relationship.
Ooh.
Yeah, she is our resident boy group stan, so that's always cool.
Oh yeah.
Mango's one of our best friends in our Discord. She has been there for a long time now, since like pretty much the beginning, and she's one of our best friends to talk to every single day. So we're super stoked to have her on the podcast.
Where would you rank your knowledge of K-pop from 1 to 10?
Oh. You know, it's been a long time since I've been a fan, but I feel like I know less and less with like all the new stuff that comes out.
That's
like.
I mean, that's fair.
That's real right there. That's life.
Because I mean, where'd you rank your knowledge on BTS?
Let's see. I knew them like when I first got into them. I knew like a lot, so I think like now I'd say like 6, 7, because
Okay.
like I'm not like I fell off of them for a while because like there was just so much going on that I was like I can't keep up with this.
Yeah. They have, I don't know, I feel like for them, besides being like a boy group, for us to just kind of get into them, there is just like so much going on that I'm kind of just like, that's going to take way too much time to try and like figure out like this and that and all. It's almost like intimidating just because of all the things that they do, you know what I mean? Like, it was like me, I'm just like, first off, boy group, like, that's it. Like, but like, second off, there's just so much stuff that I'm just like too afraid.
Well, if she's at a 7, I'm at like a 1. So
Yeah,
that's
what
like
are you? What are us?
I'd say 1, maybe 1.5, because I know like 3 of their names.
I say I'm probably.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And I know 2 of their songs, so.
I think I know everyone's. I don't know if I know everyone's name. I know I've like seen. If I saw the name, I'd be like, that is a member, but I could not put the name to the person.
Yeah, like if someone
I could not do that
like,
at
These
all.
are the names. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I've heard those. But if you're like, which one's which, I could pick out like 3 of them, and that was it.
I could get probably 1.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I got
Is it
one.
R, is it,
yeah,
is
it's
it
R.
Ryan
I could
Lester?
get RM.
He's a very unique looking guy.
Good looking guy.
But,
I know for a fact I could get him. Not confident in anybody else.
Who would you say your favorite group is right now?
My favorite group, 17.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This might be the one and only time we ever have a carrot on this podcast. So
Oh man, the bitter rivalry. I forgot.
everybody soak it in.
The only rivalry that's more heated between, like, other than us getting our Eyes One albums from M-Wave is the Carrots versus the Cheshires, and we have a head-to-head battle right now. Ooh.
Yeah. So I forgot about that. Who would you say your favorite bias is? Like your ultimate bias? Is there 17 members or somebody else?
I don't think I have an ultimate bias. That's too much commitment. I love all my K-pop people too much.
Well, who are some of your top biases?
That's fair.
Let the people know where you stand.
Is it RM?
Yeah, it's an RM.
Well, V is my BTS bias.
Okay.
Bingyu and Hoshi are my 17 biases. They're too good to pick just one to me.
Okay.
I really like Dami from Dreamcatcher because she's
nice.
pretty awesome.
She's very cool. That's a very good pick.
Shout
Can't
out
go
to
wrong.
Dreamcatcher out there.
Yeah, shout out to Zeg.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong with Dreamcatcher though.
Yeah. So we're happy to have you. Hopefully
I
you can
guess-
enlighten us.
I'm excited
Very
to
happy
pick.
to be here.
I'm excited to find
guys.
out who my bias is in BTS.
I'm excited to know if I like boy groups at all. So here we go.
Ooh, okay,
I
let's
can't.
let's see.
My whole goal is to pick a favorite here. Right now, it's RM because that's who I know who it is.
Hey, that's fair.
Hey, he's a pretty great guy.
Great hair.
I guess before we start on that, though, you get anything cool? You buy anything lately?
Did I buy anything lately? I don't know. Oh, I bought Gundam. That's pretty sick.
That's pretty cool.
I bought a big Gundam from back in the day, so I got to build that.
That's pretty fun. I did refund some stuff from Choice Music because it's been a month and they have not sent it to me, and they're in the same, United States of America. So I don't understand how I have not got that yet.
Maybe they're, I don't know. Shipping on K-pop albums has just been an absolute mess during this whole thing, so
yeah,
it's been tough. It's been tough.
I refunded both of those, and I'm going to combine all that money on Friday.
Sorry, DIA.
Yeah, I know. And get all the One Rick albums from K-Town, because I can get like all three of them for the same price as it costs to get just those two from Choice to not have them sent to me.
Mango, what was the last K-pop thing you bought?
I don't think the last K-pop thing I bought was a Not Today sweatshirt, but that was from Redbubble, so it's like not official merch.
Dude, Redbubble's the best.
Still can't see stuff from Redbubble all the time.
I have so much stuff from Redbubble. I love it. It's so cool.
It is pretty sweet.
Yes.
A lot of custom stuff.
You just find like the people's artwork and stuff for all the different groups, and they're really awesome. Like I have a ton of stickers and like shirts and stuff, so I support Redbubble. I love Redbubble.
They're great.
Oh, all exciting news though is that the Solreen comeback was all.
Oh my gosh!
Comeback to debut.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
That was awesome.
Whew, that was. What'd you think, Mango? Gosh.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I was like sitting back in my chair, like this is too much for me to handle at one point. Like
Dude.
it's too much to process.
Oh, it was. It was like I don't know if anyone's listened to this podcast before. You know, me and Fog and I. Sorry. We don't like, even if it's a group we like, and if it's not really a song we like, we'll say we like don't like the song. We're not just going to be like, oh, we love it because it's a group we like. But man, like they went above and beyond my expectations with that. Like I loved it. Like I thought that in the video, like I was expecting a lot and they went even farther than my expectations. Like I love that song. It might be my favorite song this year so far.
It was really good. I remember when I heard the song at first, I listened to the audio because it came out, before the video did. And I was listening to it, I was like, yeah, the song's good, but I'm not sure, like, how good it is. But I felt like once I saw the video, because sometimes watching the video will either make the song better for me or make me, like, not want to watch it or listen to it. And then once the video came out and I saw it with the song, I was like, okay, this just went from, like, a 7 to, like, a 10. Like, this is freaking awesome. Like, because when I hear the song, I hear, like, certain parts or think of certain parts from the video in my head, you know what I'm saying? So that was really awesome. I really liked it.
Yeah, that
definitely one of the top songs.
It's it's funny if we did it like last week. It might be my number one comeback so far because it was just really good. I was expecting it to be kind of like a kind of mature ballady type of thing.
I thought it was going to be
which
too,
is like
so I was
cool,
kind of surprised,
but maybe not my favorite. But then they came out with like this like hard hitting like it's still like a mature song and stuff. But I was like, man, I love it. I love everything about it.
It was really good.
I give it like 9.9 out of 10.
I'm trying to think if it came up before last week, if it would have been in my top 5.
It would have definitely been in my top 5.
I don't know if it would have been in my top 5, but it would still.
I love it.
Just because the other songs I've just listened to so many times, so. But it was super good. I liked it.
Was that music video worth the wait?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That video was awesome.
That's like one of the best music videos I've seen all year. Actually, it's been the best music video I've seen in a couple of years.
It was so cool. It was so cool. I like how it was really just like. They were just like so equal in being awesome. It wasn't like anyone outshined. Like Solgi and Irene both were just like so great and had their own awesome like sick moments. And I was like blown away. I love that comeback.
It was really good. I watched the video a bunch. Also, all the edits everybody were making with all the different members.
I was gonna say the best part is. Oh yeah, that's the best part.
Oh, it's so funny. Shout out to the people on the internet. You guys are awesome.
Man,
sometimes.
Yeah, the fun part of K-pop Twitter. You guys rock. I love it.
But. Glad we could cover that. There's actually been quite a few comebacks since our last episode. Because What Up? Chungha came back.
That song was pretty good. Chungha's song. Did you listen to Chungha's song, Mango?
Yeah, I did. I kind of liked it more than her other songs.
You did?
Yeah. Not that her other songs are bad. They're good. It's just this one is like got my attention,
What about it? What about you like?
I think like musically, I just kind of liked it more. I thought there was like a bit of it more of a flow to it.
Yeah.
So I ended up liking this more.
It was. I really liked it. I think I liked the other pre-release just like a teensy bit more, but I still like this one a lot too. And I thought both videos were like really cool and stuff like that. So I don't know. Chungha's been killing it too.
Has there been any other ones? I thought there was more.
I don't know. Maybe there were some boys that we just don't know about.
I'll be
Jay
honest.
came out with the song. Go listen to Jay's song because it's super good.
What is it?
Jay from Day6 came out with a song called Pac-Man. It's super good.
Oh, it sounds cool.
Is that who was upset on Twitter? Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Good for him.
I have no idea. All these other songs have been washed away by this Monster song. So
Dude, Monsters is blowing. I'm still mind blown from it. It's amazing. I don't know how they messed up the video to not come out when the song came out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of.
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but shout out to them for doing a great job.
You know, speaking of mind blowing, I've got some great through the fogs.
All right, what do you got for us?
Let's go.
So the first thing that we've talked about this a lot is how how relative it is to people standing next to each other. Like, because today there's a video I sent of Eve standing next to like a boy group, and she looks like super small.
So short.
But when she's with Luna, she looks really tall. You know, but it's just like relative. Because I always talk about how whenever I see the girl groups together, they're all like kind of like, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, they're just kind of like go together. But yeah. I'm like, I want to know how tall they are in real life. Like, I want to see them in person because I know they're going to be really short.
Right.
But when they're all together standing, they all look like they're like just like normal height. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll all be like our height.
Yeah, you don't like think about it as much.
Yeah, but then I'm like, I know they all look like, oh yeah, they're just like normal height, like 5'7", 5'8", you know, like how we are standing next to each other. But I know when I see them, they're gonna be like up to my shoulder, and it just like blows my mind. I'm like, wow, this is so crazy.
It is weird just how like, and then there's some pictures that you see that show how short they are, and you're like, wow, they're just like little tiny people.
Or like I said, like the video of Eve standing next to whoever that boy group was, and she was like, you know, up to like their like shoulders.
That guy's probably like 5'6".
Yeah, the guy's like 5'7". I was like, wait, he's not even as tall as me. Like, this is crazy.
That's like, I want to know how tall he is because that means she's that much shorter.
And then we looked it up. She's only like 5'5", which is still not.
And she is like a giant in Luna.
And if you look at him compared to Luna, she's like a tower.
I wonder who the tallest K-pop idol is like right now.
They did say when we saw Everglow that Aisha was the tallest female one.
She's pretty tall.
Although, I've said it a million times. When we saw Twice, Chewie was like the same height I was.
She's tall.
I'm like 5'10".
She's like 5'9".
And she was, I swear, she was like staring at me in my eyes. Like when I was
Maybe she was on her tippy toes.
I don't know. She was super tall. Her and Jonghyun both were very tall.
They're at least like 5'8".
And I'm like, oh man. I didn't get to stand next to Aisha, so I don't really know how tall she was. Zeg said she was pretty tall, but he's also a pretty tall guy too.
Zeg's tall, yeah. Zeg's a tall guy. He's taller than us.
All I know is there's probably 100% fact or 100% chance they're taller than Josh.
How tall is Josh? Oh, Josh isn't super tall. I don't know how tall he is, but the time we saw him, maybe because he was crouched down for the picture.
Maybe that's what it was. He was neither taking a knee. He wasn't.
Sorry, Josh.
Sorry, Josh.
Josh, we love you.
You're not going to listen to this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hey!
He'll listen because Mango's on it.
That's true. He might listen to this, even though he's backlogged like 6 months worth of episodes.
He's just at the lake still.
He really is. And then the other one that's crazy to me is just like from my work, I have to like look up like people's names like for records and stuff, you know?
Sure.
Just how many people in the world could have the same name as you, and you've never met them, and you have no relation to you, but they have the exact same name you do.
That is weird.
It's crazy.
It's weird. Like how, you mean like
I thought about that before.
Like you just like type your name in, and something pops up, and you're like, this isn't me. Like who's this like 80-year-old white guy named Brian Limper? Like this is crazy. But
trying to steal your identity.
I know, right? But he has like the same name as you, and you've never seen him. He's not probably related to you at all, but he just has the same name as you.
Yeah, you could just go hang out with him and be like, hey, we have the same name. You go switch licenses.
It's weird, right?
That is weird.
And there's like so many of them too. Like they could be like, oh, someone could be. These are only the records for the people with the names in Sangamon County. This isn't even every county.
How many Brian Limbers are in Sangamon County?
Oh, I'm not talking about mine.
Oh,
I'm talking about
I thought you like found someone.
No,
like, who is
I had to
this?
look somebody up in Sangamon County. There's like 90 people with that name, and this was only
Tyler
Sangamon
Smith.
County. Yeah, it was actually Michael Smith. That's what it was.
Oh gosh, there's probably so many.
I just searched like pages and pages and pages and pages, and that was just one place. I'm like, have any of these Can they just have like a Michael Smith convention where that's how you get in? It's Michael Smith.
Just a bunch of Michael Smiths hanging out.
But there's got to be so many of them, like just so many common names. It's just like I don't know. It's weird to me.
That is weird. I know. I never really thought about it.
Like, oh hey, you're named Michael Smith too.
A lot of people have named Justin. So
yeah, I was gonna say I played Magic up in one of my good friends I played with up north. His name was Michael Smith, but he's just a middle-aged white guy that worked at IKEA. This other guy was like,
I feel like that's what a Michael
convicted
Smith.
felon.
I feel like that's what a Michael Smith would do. Work
Yeah.
at IKEA. I love IKEA. It's a
I don't
nice
know,
place.
it's crazy. And then it's even crazier when you do that, and you have to get their middle initial, so you can like be more specific. And then like there's still like 80 of them that have the same middle initial.
Sam.
It's just like doesn't narrow it down. It's like it's funny. It reminds me of you're like typing into Google, like you're trying to look something up, and you see how many words you have to put in before it just pulls up what you're looking for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just like keep going and going and going. Like, oh, I thought it would have worked by now, and it just doesn't.
Yeah.
That's what it's like trying to like look people up. I'm like, oh.
That sounds frustrating.
There's also some very unique names that you put in, and I'm like, why is there like more than like one of these people this name? Like, like wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I was thinking about that because that
is
happens a
weird.
lot. I don't know.
That's pretty deep.
I think I'd be like really disappointed with like the unique name. It's like, come on, I just need one person.
Oh, I know, right?
There's so many. I don't know. I'm trying to even.
There's some that I'd be like, how is this even a name? I would never even like guess this as like a name ever.
Dude, you have no idea.
I feel like there's just anything.
You have no idea.
I saw Corona was a popular girl's name this year, so that's cool for all the babies getting named Corona. That's fun.
I mean, I'm not surprised at all.
Dummies.
America.
No offense.
But yeah, those are my two things I've been thinking about. Just people that, because the other thing that's crazy. On the other hand, is if you see a basketball picture of like all your basketball team,
Yeah.
and you see you standing next to like the really tall guys, they'd be like, that dude's gonna be like 5 foot tall. Then I see your person like, wow, he's like 6 foot. Like, isn't crazy?
It's just weird, the perspective of people who are actually like, tall and short standing next to other
Or like
people
when you're
who don't.
watching them play, they're all kind of like, both teams are playing. Like, oh, okay, you're kind of the same height. Some guys are a little taller,
Yeah.
But then you like go down, stand next to like, some
they're,
of
like,
the other people, they're like huge. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I thut you were like 5'5", dude. You're like 6'8".
You're just
Holy
like a
crap.
No, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's weird.
I remember when we went to the TBT one year, which is the basketball tournament, we were like watching the guys in the stands, but the guys like were getting introduced and playing. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's cool.
Yeah.
Like this guy's so and so. Like damn, I'm like that guy looks kind of big, like not like anything crazy. Went and stood next to him. I think I was like up to his elbow. He was like 7'4". I was like, oh my goodness, you're huge.
Dude, it's all about perspective.
Yeah, but you like back up and they just kind of look like a normal person just walking around.
Yeah. You
I'm
just
like,
don't think about it.
How do you buy pants that fit you? Like
That's what I wonder. You get a certain height, like, what do you do? Like, it'd be cool to be tall, but to be that tall, I don't know.
Or be like the world's shortest woman, because I saw a commercial for her. She has like a show coming up on TLC.
How short is she?
Dude, she was like,
What? She's a woman or a child?
it's a woman. It's the world's smallest woman. She was in American Horror Story.
So she's 2 foot tall?
She might. Oh, hold on, let me look it up. If you guys can't really see my hands right now, but I'm like, this is like the size of like a, what would you say, like a barrel of cheese puffs? You know what I'm talking
That's
about?
like a really good measurement. That's how we measure things around here is by
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. Of like the office barrel cheese puffs.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's how we measure things around here is how many barrels of cheese puffs tall are you? I'm like 6 of them. That's crazy though.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
How tall are you if you don't want to you don't have to say if you don't want to. How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like that's
everyone's taller than me.
I feel like that's like a really nice.
Okay, we need you to stand next to Yojin so we can see how tall she is. We had to.
She's like.
I will do it.
She's like.
Get me next to Yojin, I'll do it.
She's like 4'7".
She's 2'1".
Oh man, you were close.
Dude,
1
that's
inch off. Dang it.
Man.
I feel like Yojin's honestly like 4'8".
That we were talking about it in the Discord today.
She's so short.
Because I sent a picture because it said Eve was 5'5". I'm like, there's no way she's 5'1". She has to be way shorter than that. That's how we got that picture of Nako with Yojin
Nako's
with the middle,
so short,
with the
too.
middle blocked out. Because we know for a fact she's 4'11".
So short.
Because they tried to measure how tall she was on Weekly Idol Idol Room multiple times, and she couldn't get to 5 foot. Remember?
Yeah.
So
Just tiny humans.
yeah, I don't know, but we
Yojin's
need you to
so
stand next to
small.
Yojin now.
Yeah, you'd be way taller
Do
than
it.
her.
Because if you're like towering over her, we know for a fact she's not 5'1".
There's no way. I'll put any amount of money. Like Yojin's not 5'1".
I don't think she's 5'1".
I think she's like 4'9", honestly. Like,
She's
she's a tiny human.
I don't know. It's blowing my mind.
It is.
I'm just so impressed with my barrel of cheese puffs.
Yeah, man, 2 feet.
I just need to go find a barrel of cheese puffs right
And
now and
see
measure
how
tall it really is.
tall actual barrel cheese puffs are. I hope it's 2'1".
Actually, it's funny. I probably looked it up. Thanks, our unofficial sponsor, Google search engine.
Yeah, if you guys want to sponsor the podcast, we'd be very down for that.
I'd be really surprised if someone has not found out the height of a barrel of cheese puffs.
Was that an autofill? What did it autofill?
It'd be like the first thing that came
How
up.
tall? And then it's just a barrel of cheese puffs. That'd be so impressive.
I honestly wouldn't be shocked though. I mean,
All right, my Through the Fog while you're looking that
Yeah,
up.
what's yours
And then
Through
we'll
the
get the
Fog?
Mango's Through the Fog if she has one. My Through the Fog, I had a really good one, but I forgot. So that's my first Through the Fog.
that's a good one.
My second Through the Fog is,
35 ounces. Holy crap.
man, darn metric system.
Oh, sorry. Cheese balls, not cheese puffs. My mistake.
True.
It's a
sorry
big
if
difference.
sorry if I confused any listeners out there.
Sorry if that offended anybody.
Yeah, sorry if anyone got offended by that.
Ooh,
They look kind of
Cheese
good. I don't
balls.
even like cheese balls.
I don't either.
They look kind of good.
I don't
though.
either. It's weird because I like cheese puffs, but don't think I like cheese balls.
Assembled size. 19 by 10 by 12.
Can I not just give us a measurement?
Sorry, folks. I am a K-pop podcaster. I'm not a
We're
learned
no,
doctor.
we're no math magicians. Out
I
here.
don't know what these numbers mean, but I'm assuming it's close to 2 foot. So my measurement was pretty accurate.
Yeah, no, you were 1 inch off, so good job.
Anyways, what was your...
My other Through the Fog was thinking about cutting my hair.
Dude, don't do it.
I don't know. I don't know. I just have the thoughts are brewing. I'm not going to do it, but
Dude, that means you're gonna do
I just
it.
had some thoughts.
How long have you been growing your hair out for?
Man, long time.
Is your hair longer than Mango's hair?
Yes,
Oh no.
it is.
I mean, yeah,
it is.
yeah, I
Mango's
meant,
hair is pretty long, but like my hair is longer than.
I was gonna say yours is pretty long.
Justin's is definitely longer than mine.
It's been
That's
a,
no
it's
contest.
been a long time. I mean, I'm probably not gonna cut it, but I've just had some thoughts about it. So
All I know is-
that's my Through the Fog.
At the length your hair is right now, you could get some super crazy haircuts. You could get the legit
That's
haircut.
why that's like the one. I wish like
you
it
could
could
get
just
the
grow
haircut
back. 'cause
if
I
the
want-
guy with
What
the
one?
bangs over his face from Only One O.
No, I will absolutely not do that because I hate that.
But
guy's
you
hair. I'm
could.
sorry. Yeah, I could. And not see. I don't understand. He can't see. Why does he have hair like that? Like, just part of
Why
him a
did
little
the
bit.
early 2000s emo hair exist? They
But
couldn't see either.
Yes, they could because they had bangs. He's just like... pfft.
I
And it's like
guess.
right below his eyes. I don't know. That guy's my least favorite K-pop idol. I'm sorry.
I have seen a couple videos of him just like chilling at like award shows, like clapping for people, and his hair is just
Yeah, he's just like... I'm like, dude, you're facing the wrong direction. I wish this like hair could grow fast because I want to have my hair how it is, but then I'm like, oh, I could actually like do some different stuff, but I don't know. It's just the price you pay, I guess.
Man, first world problems. I remember when I had hair that I could cut.
Dude, it's a while ago.
I mean, I cut my hair today. I was like, wow, it's getting shaggy, so I had to pull it. I had to get out
Get the
that
clippers out.
that no guard and cut it off. It's getting untamed.
Dude, it's looking good. You gotta get you knew we had a Skype call here. So.
It was almost long enough for me to grab with
Like
my
I
fingertips. So I was like, oh, it's getting long. Gotta cut
Man,
it.
I had a good Through the Fog. That
Maybe it'll
I
come-
remember I thought of, and I was like, man, I need to remember that, and I did not remember it. So
Maybe it'll come back to you and we can talk about it at the end of the episode.
maybe.
I mean, you have a
probably
long
not.
time. It's a long episode.
All right, we gotta get to Mango.
yeah.
Do you have any
What's
Through
your
the
Through the
Fog
Fog?
before we get deep into the?
Nah, I don't have any Through the Fog.
Okay, Mango's.
I don't think that much.
Okay. You mean you don't think about dumb stuff like we do?
Dude, this isn't dumb. This is life.
This is how tall are cheese puffs?
I might just go buy one tomorrow just so I can measure it and see how much it
You
is.
need to buy like 5 and see how much we are to cheese puffs. Like, that's what they should measure at the NBA draft. Just how tall are you next to cheese
Based
puffs?
off the cheese
NFL.
ball. Based of the cheese balls.
It makes sense. All right.
All I know is she's not very tall. That's
Yeah,
why she's
no,
the shortest woman in the
she
world.
She is short. She is short.
And she was in American Horror Story, so that's cool.
That is cool.
She actually, spoiler alert, she got killed and she got put in a freak show in a jar.
Dang it.
So if you guys haven't seen that,
Just
series,
Greatest Showman all over again.
I was gonna say sorry if you haven't seen, season 4 of the 8 that they have. But anyways, that was a fun Through the Fog. I
It
hope
was
you guys.
fun Through the Fog.
Next time you guys see pictures of idols standing next to each other, hope you think about that stuff.
I know I do.
I do every time I
I
see
know
them.
I do every time too. I'm just like,
That's my first thought when I see any of them. I'm like, wow, how
How
tall
tall
would
are
you be
you?
in person? Like, would you be taller than me?
That's all I want to know.
One of my friends, she's from Korea, and she was telling me, like, she saw 17 once, and she was like, they're so tall in real life. And I'm like, really? Because I never think about, because they all look like the same in pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're super tall, and so is Twice. And I was like, really?
Okay.
You got to see them?
That's yeah. It's not even. Are they
Wow,
taller?
that's
It's like
so
you got to
fun.
see them. That's
That's
awesome.
so fun.
That's just my
They're
own thought.
living
You got to
out
see
their
them.
dreams.
So fun. Okay, yeah, some of the members of Twice are very tall. Some of the other members are not tall.
You're right. I'm looking up how tall the 17 members are right now.
Who's the tallest 17 member?
Cause
Mango, who's the tallest 17 member?
Oh, I don't know.
Cause how tall are you? I'm like 5'10".
I'm like 5'10", 5'11".
You're probably 5'11", so I think you're taller than me.
Just hardly.
Let's see.
What if there's just like 6'8"?
This guy says he's 5'10". I don't know about that.
You never know with
This guy's
K-pop.
6'2".
That's the other thing is though, like
You never
K-pop
know 'cause
listings
they
for
lie.
guys, I swear they always make him taller, and then they make like the girls seem so much shorter.
Yeah.
Because
They
the first
literally
like,
they give people the wrong birthday. Sometimes.
That's
Like
true.
something like the girl
John,
from...
this guy named John says he's 6 foot tall.
Okay.
Everyone else is literally listed at 5'10" on here, except for this guy.
I feel like they try to keep it so
Wanwu
they're
says he's
somewhat
6 foot
similar.
Woozy's 5'5".
Yeah.
So he's just a little baby.
Just to like not...
Movies, like, yeah.
This is
yeah.
the only time I've ever seen this. This guy's 5'10" and a half. I never see like half sizes.
0.5. That must be
DK.
official measurements.
I guess. This guy's 6'2".
Okay, that guy's... Oh, Mingyu's tall. That's really tall.
This guy's also 5'10".
He's
and a
me
half.
super
It's
buff.
like when they used to put your height in the books for basketball.
6'1".
This like makes it.
All lies.
This guy's 5'8" and a half. Man, these guys are just super specific. This guy's 5'10".
So they're all like the same, around like 5'10", 5'9".
This guy's
That's why I
5'8"
feel like,
and a half.
honestly, every boy group is just like that height.
But didn't it say that like the members of Big Bang were tall, and then we just like saw videos of them next to actual people?
Oh,
and
they
they're,
look
like,
so
5'5".
tiny besides Top.
I don't even think
Top
Pop's
didn't
that
seem
tall.
too tall. He's probably like 5'10", everyone else is like 5'7".
Sorry guys, I promise we'll get into the episode. I'm just super into this height thing right now. It says GDragon.
How tall is G?
It says height listed 5'10", approximate real height 5'7".
So he just gets, man, he gets 3 inches added onto his height.
Top's
That's nice.
5'11".
So Top's...
Taeyong, there's no way he's 5'9".
And they just all look super tall on videos. Like
Yeah,
everyone.
it's because they're next to each other.
Everyone
You know what
always
I'm saying?
looks, and you just like assume that they're just like giants. You're just like,
'Cause
oh,
then
they
it's
look
like-
super tall.
When the boy group sticks, the girl groups are so much taller than the girl groups, that makes them look really tall.
Yeah.
But then like, oh wow, it's because they're 5'3" and you're 5'7". You're still 4 inches taller than them.
Yeah.
But you're right. I'm just gonna click on this right now and say this is my favorite member. See if he's the number one. He's not last.
Wow. Sorry, Daesun.
Sorry, Daesun. It's okay. I think
That must be outdated.
Anyways, all right. So
It's BTS
time. Now we're done with that.
Let's go.
Mango's
So-
like, you guys are so dumb.
Episode 41, BTS, also known as Bangtan Boys. Wow. Or Bulletproof Boy Scouts. That's a great name. They should have just stayed with that.
Okay.
Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
First off, I've heard so many different names
It's
for
behind
them.
the scene now.
Is it?
Yeah, it got changed. We'll get to that.
I thought that was a rumor.
No, that's like they like changed it to that because it's more I guess better
This
than
is not
Bulletproof
helping.
Boy Scouts. I don't know.
All I know is I've seen so many different names for what it actually stands for. I have no idea what it actually means.
Well, to me, it's always been Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
That's what's
I
gonna be
like
for us
that.
too. 'cause
That's
it just sounds
it.
cool.
That's the best.
It's the name of our next men's league
That
team.
sounds. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. That sounds awesome.
They're a boy group formed by Big Hit Entertainment in 2010,
Okay.
and then debuted June 12th, 2013. So they've actually been around for a long time.
7 years.
That's a long
Yeah.
time.
That's a really long time.
They're a 7-member group consisting of Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, Jungkook, and V.
Is it V?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was V or
Yeah,
five.
it's V.
I didn't know it was 5 because numerals.
Their fandom is ARMY. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that fandom. I hear they're pretty
I
popular.
Maybe.
I hear they're pretty
No
popular.
big deal. Pretty good fan.
And I did not know this. So I looked up what their actual colors of their fandom are, and it didn't say, but it said their light stick color is silver gray. So, athletic heather.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so that's just, there you go. There's a little introduction. There you go. That's the 7 members of BTS. If you would have asked me before this,
Bulletproof Boy
I could
Scouts,
not
that's
have told you
awesome.
how many members there were. I probably would have said like 9.
I would have said 8 or 9.
Yeah, same.
I did not know. But I know the names. I've seen all the names. I just don't know who they are besides RM.
I know who RM is. I know who J-Hope is. Just because he always has bangs. He's just a goofy looking dude. He's like
He's had
smiling
solo.
all the time.
Didn't he have
Yeah.
like J-Hope World or something?
Yeah,
It was
he had like
a-
the rap
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I know who Suga is because he just looks like a tiny bean with
That's-
blonde hair.
Oh.
That was so adorable.
That's what he looks like.
I That's a cool name.
Now, the other 4, I have no idea who any of those guys are. I don't even know if they're really in the group. Sorry, Armies. But, all right,
you better watch out what you say. You better watch out.
This is also the episode that is going to... I'd like to thank Mango for being on our very last episode because we're probably going to get canceled after this.
It's about time.
So, here's a little information from 2010 to 2014 here. So, they formed in 2010 when CEO Bang Si-hyuk met RM, which, I mean, wow, what a great person to meet. That was a long time ago, 2010.
So, he just met him and he was like, I'm going to build a group.
Apparently, he was impressed with his like singing and rapping abilities. And
wow,
like, hey,
what a crazy, what a destiny thing right there.
I know,
that's
right?
wild. Yeah. That's so wild.
And then it said the other 6 members were later added in 2012, and that's when the group was finalized. So, I mean, he was around with them for a little bit before the other group members even showed up. And then way before their debut, they were already... Remember, I know they were super popular for being like on social media and stuff. And it said that they did have a lot of popularity on social media before they even started making music. So they're just like, I'm out here.
Oh, okay.
They started making like their Bangtan vlogs, like their army, like their BTS bomb vlog things in like January of the year they debuted.
Oh.
So like they had a little bit of a following or a little bit of presence before that.
Has Big Hit had what was the group before them?
I'm pretty sure they've only had
Glam?
BTS. Did they have somebody else?
They had Glam, a girl group, GLAM.
Ooh, I thought you said Clam.
I thought you said Clam too. I was like, oh.
Glam was pretty awesome. I like.
Never heard of them.
That's cool. I never heard of them.
I didn't know they actually had
so
anything.
good.
I thought they just had BTS.
That's also just like so impressive in itself.
And now they have G-Friend.
Big Hit, the home of G-Friend.
Who's actually coming back here in a little bit. They might actually be back already.
It looks really cool.
Did you have any other pre-debut information about them?
Well, let's see. So RM started his career in 2007 as an underground rapper named, I don't want to say this, Runch Rhonda.
Nice. That's my new name. I'm legally changing my name to that.
New men's league team. That's awesome.
And Suga was a underground hip-hop producer under the name of Gloss, Gloss, before joining Big Hit.
Like lip gloss?
And
that's awesome.
Yeah, like lip gloss.
Like the lip gloss is popping.
Jin was scouted by SM Entertainment, and they followed up with him being like, "Yay, we want you to join," but he thought it was a joke, so he never followed up with the audition, and then he joined Big Hit.
Hey, there you go.
And he signed as an actor, but then Big Hit was like, "No, we have something else for you to do," and then he was a trainee. And then let's see, Jungkook was scouted by 7 different agencies. Wow. But he went with Big Hit because he was a fan of RM's rapping. Hey, and that is just so cute to me.
Just the old Yemen following Hyoyeon.
So essentially it's like RM kind of did it. Like
he assembled
kind of the start of like he's kind of like the Iron Man of like the series.
He assembled everybody here.
Yeah. He was like he was the beginning.
He was Ron Burgundy at the
This is awesome because I didn't know any of this.
I have no idea.
And then V, one of his friends went to audition, and he went to, like, be moral support, but then he ended up auditioning himself, and, like, after he got permission from his parents, he joined too. And then...
What a great gig to fall into by accident.
Yeah, seriously, get out of the way, friend. It's my time to shine. Like, all right, we'll take you.
And then J-Hope auditioned for JYP, but was cut, and then decided to audition for Big Hit.
Okay.
When you think about how different like life would be if J-Hope had joined JYP, I think about that sometimes.
He would just be in GOT7.
All I know is, despite all the people I hear that always get cut from like JYP groups, is that I just trust any decision JYP has to make on anything. So
it is true.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good girls and girl groups that have been cut by JYP, but if JYP doesn't think you're good enough, you're not gonna debut.
He obviously has his what he wants in his mind for like that exact moment.
Because it's not saying they're like bad, but if JYP has a reason for doing something, I trust that he did it for a reason, and that's why.
Obviously, with like the BTS member and stuff, like they're awesome idols and like super talented, but like maybe not what JYP wanted. So it's like, but I do trust. I would
trust his decision making on anything more than literally any other head of any company.
Seems like a smart guy. I just think it's crazy they went to Big Hit when Big Hit wasn't like they didn't have anything.
Wasn't
Yeah, they didn't really have anything before.
Well, I mean,
you know
it's
what
like, well, I mean, I can't really say it's a good choice because they haven't really done anything. But it's like all those the Preston members going to the other company, the Canopia. Like I've never heard of those people.
True. There are a lot of companies I never heard of. The BTS members really liked the success of Glam, so they wanted to go with a Big Hit.
Well, Glam didn't end up being successful. There was like they stopped because they got into like a scandal. So if anything, I think there was like negative press surrounding Big Hit.
So they wanted to turn the Big Hit
they wanted to
machine
bring
around.
bring him attention.
I'm just making up stuff.
What is it? Hitman Bang. That's what I'm gonna call him. I think he had like a vision, and like those members kind of fit his vision. Is what I always kind of thought.
Kind of like JYP when he makes all his groups.
I think
you're
definitely right. It's wild. I did not know they came from like these backgrounds.
I would have just assumed they just appeared there. Like,
I thought they just be like, oh yeah.
There's like in the waiting room, and then RM shows up and like, hey guys, you make a group. Like, okay.
I thought they were just like, oh, they were all just trainees under Big Hit, and they picked RM, and then everyone else. Nope.
That's how it happens.
That's wild.
Was that all of them, or was there other ones? I don't remember. Who's the last one talking about? J-Hope?
Oh, Jimin, he was a really good dancer, so his teachers were like, hey, go audition for Big Hit. And then he got it, and his training period was the shortest. Probably not like Olivia He kind of short, but shorter than the other members.
Speaking of that, so before, in preparation for this, I took this random test I found to find out which BTS member I was online. Because I mean,
who'd you get?
If you can't trust the online random who are you test, like what can you trust? And actually, I guess I should look because I took a screenshot.
What were some of the questions?
I don't remember.
I always like when you do those and the questions have nothing to do with anything.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch that had nothing to do with anything.
What is your favorite bird? And it's like
it says which BTS member you most like, and I got
Jimin. Nice.
Ooh.
Don't know if that's good or bad. Don't even know who that is.
I'm just gonna assume that's good.
Not the other Jimin from AOA. Jimin from
Not
BTS.
talking about that. Moving on. But who's next? Who's next?
I don't know. Was that all of them?
Was that all of them?
Yeah, that's everything.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
I had no idea.
All right, next segment.
All right, moving on to 2013. In June 12, 2013, they released a debut album called Too Cool for School. Oof. And yes, it is the number 2, COOL, the number 4, and then school spelled with a K instead of a CH.
If anyone questioned that they were going to be as big as they are now, just look at that name because that says it all. That's good stuff.
That sounds like a 90s hip-hop album.
That's awesome.
Honestly, it probably was a 90s hip-hop album. This was the first installment in their School Trilogy series. Their lead single was No More Dreams. And then the next single was We Are Bulletproof Part 2. Apparently. I've never heard any of those songs. I don't know.
I loved Bulletproof Part 2 was like my jam. I love that song so much.
What is Bulletproof Part 1?
That's a good question. I never answered that.
Okay. We're all on the same page now. Okay.
Was that the song that got you?
Army, please don't come for me.
Was that the song that got you into them?
No, actually. So I have a little story.
Okay, let's hear it.
I didn't start standing BTS until like summer of 2017. When they debuted, I was just like, you got some good music. Like it's good stuff. And I really like agreed with like their lyrics and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they were really cool. But I was just like, I've been in this game for a little bit in K-pop, and I know kind of like, I don't want to like get emotionally invested in a group and then go away. And so I was just kind of like side-eyeing them like, you got some good stuff. And then I listened to V's solo song Stigma in summer 2017. I was blown away by his vocals, and then I was like, okay, I need to hear more. And then I was like, okay, I need to learn their names, and then it's history from there.
That's when you know.
That's when it happens. Once you learn all the names, you can actually tell them apart. That's when you know it's over.
When you
That's when you know.
When you learn the names, you are invested.
It's true. It's very true.
That's the tipping point.
I just want to know what the Bulletproof Part 1 was.
It was a country album that didn't really work.
It must have been.
It was a countryside project.
It reminds me of like in all the early 2000s, speaking of early 2000s, when all the rap artists would like start the songs and like, hey, I'm back. And I'm like, this is your first song. Like, what do you mean?
Where'd you go?
Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about though, right? Like, they say that all the time. They're like, guess who's back? And I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Where'd you even go? Yeah.
But yeah, so those were the two singles off their first album or EP, whatever it was. I always get it confused because, I mean, it's weird because later on when I get into like the 90th page of my notes, it'll be like they released like their 7th album, but it's also like their 8th EP. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, K-pop is just crazy when it comes to that kind of stuff.
So I'm sorry, Armies, if I get that incorrect. I get it incorrect on every episode, so it's not just you.
Trust me, DIA went through the same thing.
I don't even know if DIA's ever released a whole album. So, then in September 2013, they released the second part of their trilogy, and this was an EP. I don't know how you say this, so I'm just gonna. It's like
just wing it,
dude. It's O exclamation point
like Cam Newton
RUL82
Help
question
Mango.
mark.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh, really? Are you late too?
What?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
What?
Man, they're just like got all the text lingo
Well, good
down.
thing Mango's here, because
I would have no idea what that is. Goodness.
If that was a question on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I would have lost all of that money. Like the guy who was super confident and he got the first question wrong.
First question wrong.
That's
Out
me.
of there. That was so funny.
The lead single of
Just
that.
sound it out.
The lead single was No.
Shout out to C.
I know, right? N-O. I don't know if that stands for something important, but
No, it's just no. That's all.
No.
okay. Well, I'm glad you're here to just clarify everything that
I know, it's just like fact check.
It really is.
It's the best.
All right, so next up I have January 2014. They released their first album. Okay, so this is an album. Oh, my bad. Last album in the School trilogy, and it was called School Love Affair. And that's the single Boy in Love and Just One Day. I think I've heard
I
Boy in
hated
Love.
Just One Day so much.
Wait. Oh, it's Boy with Love is the other song, right? That came out
Yeah.
actually maybe this year or last year? Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Did they release the same name? Okay.
I can't
Never
complain
mind.
about anybody having the multiple sounding ones since, CLC released Like, I Like It, and Like It. So
Thank you for that creativity cube.
What did you think of those songs? I know a lot of people that we talked to on our Discord were big fans of like their earlier stuff before they like became really popular and made like, I guess the songs you're gonna talk about later, they become really popular. Were you a fan of their older stuff? Like
I love their older stuff.
like Josh was back when you said they were hardcore and edgy,
Oh, yeah.
and then you made us watch all those videos.
The one song was really sick. I just don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was either.
It was so good.
But you said you didn't like Just One Day.
I did not like Just One Day because I was like, okay, there's these like guys that are like talking about stuff that teens are like facing these days, and they've got like really good provocative messages, and then they released Just One Day, and I was like, stop it right now.
What was it?
Like what? I've never heard it. Like what kind of
It was
song
like
is
a
it?
cutesy little song,
Ah,
Oh,
and I was just like, no,
flowers.
nobody wants that.
stop. Apparently, some people want it.
Maybe that.
I was not one of those people.
I did tell Justin this fun fact I found out the other day because it was funny. On July 2014, it said they held their first U.S. tour in West Hollywood to a crowd of 200 people.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for an act from not this country. It's
a great turnout. Great
Not this
turnout.
country.
I
Great
think
turnout
that's
this year.
I was like, that's actually pretty good.
I will say, it's just weird thinking about how many like stadiums they sell out now. And their first show is 200 people.
Right? That's what I was thinking about.
I mean, 200 people is still a lot of people, but compared to like 10,000,
Shout out to the people at that. Like,
can I?
Let's go.
If you're one of the original 200 people that were at this tour, hit me up and tell me about it, and I'll send you free stuff.
I just like that's. I mean, that'd be a pretty cool thing to be like, yeah, I saw them.
How many of these people at this 200-person crowd actually still listen to BTS to this day?
I'm gonna take a wild
All
guess and
200 of them
say,
better listen.
yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like all 200 probably would still.
Or they just like randomly
Unless-
showed up to that show and they had no idea what was even
Unless
happening.
there's like a couple random ones that think they're like too mainstream or something and they like ducked out of it. But I don't know. I doubt that.
Like when Weezer made Beverly Hills.
I love that song.
Later on, in August of 2014, they appeared at KCON in LA, and they released their first Korean album titled Dark and Wild. And their lead singles were Danger and War of Hormone.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've heard that too. I don't know.
That sounds
They all
like
just kinda sound the same.
That's such a crazy name.
It really is. I feel
War
like they
of
really
Hormone.
cranked it to 11 from Boy in Love, Just One Day, and it's just now the war on hormone.
Really just
What a
going
weird
through,
word to say,
going
hormone.
through puberty.
It must have been.
Basically, it was about going through puberty.
Dude,
War Moment is a
yes!
good song, but I can't be like. It's like they're calling girls hot for like the majority of the song, and I'm just like, I can't be a feminist and listen to this song.
I can't agree with what
It's
you're
just
telling
their, that's the edgy side Josh likes.
me. I guess. That must have been the one Josh was into.
War of
To be
Hormone.
honest, Danger was like a bit of a step back for me. I was like, what is going on? Because like it just felt like a different vibe and stuff from their earlier stuff, which is like, you can evolve, that's cool. But it was just like a little bit of like a jump for me.
I feel like they tried, well, it's literally Dark and Wild, the album. I feel like they tried to get a
Yeah,
little more
good
like
point.
literally dark and like more wild.
I just want
and
to know
stuff.
if this Danger is better than Danger by D&E. Because that song was awesome.
That song's really good.
They had like fake knife tattoos on their faces.
I feel like it's the same concept. I mean, you can't have Danger and be a cutesy song.
That's true. Unless you're
War of
G-Friend.
Hormone. That's the craziest song name I've ever heard.
It really is. Dude, that's like,
War of
the TV's like so bright that if it goes
know.
out, it just like turns
It's like
the lights
if it's not on, I feel like not safe. I'm like, I need the TV to be on.
off. Dark Alley. Then October through December 2014, they embarked on their first concert tour, 2014 BTS Live Trilogy Episode 2, The Red Bullet.
What?
First off, they have the longest tour names of all
What?
time.
That was
Oh,
the
Right?
tour? That's
Yeah.
so crazy.
like, how do you even fit that on a shirt to
Presented
give
by
that to
Kia
people?
Soul.
Yeah, presented by Kia Soul.
What?
They toured through Seoul, Kobe, Tokyo, Manila, Singapore, and Bangkok. So,
Man,
it is Asian tour.
that's just
You enjoy?
once again episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. What was
Where
it?
was
Episode
episode
1.
1? Maybe
Episode
they're
1, I just looked it up. It's like this little like intro.
Was that
Like,
the show for the
MV
200 people?
maybe honestly.
Well, they've in 2014 was a big year for them because they released a few EPs. They got Dangerous, Dark, and Wild, and then they went on tour a couple times. And they came to the U.S. right off the bat. So I mean, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive.
Now we're moved. Do you have anything else in 2014 before we move on? Any other
Fun facts.
I have
information?
some stuff in 2015.
Ooh.
I don't.
Okay, because we're about to
Let's jump into it.
do that time jump here and go into 2015.
2015.
I'm jump.
So they held the first Japanese tour in 2015. Wake Up, Open Your Eyes in support of their first Japanese album, Wake Up. What? I just want to know who comes up with these titles for their tours. There's some ridiculous ones in here later on. Also, we didn't cover any of the Japanese releases. I don't know how popular those are with the armies, but we don't listen to the
I think-
Japanese stuff.
A lot of the Japanese releases, they're really good. But when I was going through stuff, I was like, I'm just going to ignore the Japan stuff because there's like so much
It's
of
just
it.
a lot. It's just a lot.
Sorry to the
Yeah,
couple
Yeah.
people in Japan that listen to this. It's not that we have anything against it.
I'm
It's
sure they
just-
have an absolutely ginormous fan base in Japan and listen to that, but it's a lot, so
Yeah.
maybe we
So
won't
just
cover
stick
that
to
the most.
We just stick to the Korean stuff. Maybe one day we'll have an entire episode dedicated to all the Japanese singles that have been released.
That's a good idea.
There's
Like
actually
a countdown of the top Japanese singles.
there's actually a couple of them that I've heard that are pretty good from the groups we like. It's just we don't really cover those too much when we're. By that I mean we're just gonna listen to all the AKB48 songs. High tension.
That sounds like a good idea. I like it.
I'm trying to listen to High Tension. After ending their Japanese tour, they held their second U.S. tour, BTS Live Trilogy Episode 1, BTS Begins, in March. In March was not part of the title of the tour. It happened in March.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hope if that's the name, it actually started in March.
I was like, that's very specific. But that was their next tour. They've gone on a lot of tours.
Goodness,
Like,
they really have. I did not know this.
Then, March 2015, they released their third EP, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 1. Lead single, I Need You, which I know I've heard that one. And... Oh, which was their first top 5 hit in Korea, and then their second single, Dope. I think I've heard that.
Yeah, those are good songs.
They got
Those are
They
good
got their
songs.
first win on SBS, the show with I Need You, and it went on to win some more times. I didn't write down the number. I forgot.
I know it was really popular. Wasn't that the song they played on...
That everyone dances to, right?
Well, that, and they
Dream
they
Concert.
played at Dream Concert.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw BTS as a
That's the
dream
first time
concert.
I saw them too, since that was like the first K-pop thing I'd ever
Yeah,
seen.
and
So.
they were there. I'm like, hey, look at this dude. He's like sitting on this other dude. He's got these tiny boating shorts on. Like, what are they doing?
They,
Turns out, I found out later on that was BTS.
yeah, and I was like, wow, this song's really cool.
Yeah, that was our first experience with BTS for anybody who cared.
I cared.
Almost our
Thanks,
last
Mango.
experience with BTS. Pretty close. Then on June 2015, they began the extension of the Red Bullet Tour titled 2015 Live Trilogy Part 2, the Red Bullet Tour. And they went across Asia, Oceania, the USA, and Latin America.
Man, they just have had the goal of like coming to America.
Like world domination since like the very beginning.
The beginning has just been world domination.
What's really crazy is
Which
when I found the titles of these tours, they're all like continuations or extensions of their previous tours. It's just like one long tour.
Yeah.
And it's like
I think that's
access
actually
to it.
pretty cool. I like that. Just like it's just an ongoing thing.
It really is. So it's not like, oh, this is like, Twice Lights and the next tour is titled something else. It's like, this is just an extension of
Yeah, that's
the,
dope. That's
the
dope.
Red Bullet Tour, Part
Yeah.
87. We're back.
That's dope. I like that.
Also, the Red Bullet, that's just a cool name. Wasn't it Haley Williams' name in that Taylor Swift?
The Red Bull. Yeah, I think so.
The Taylor Swift
It
video?
might have been not bad.
Or the
Bad
Crimson
blood. Bad
Bullet
blood. It was
or
crimson.
something?
It was Crimson Bullet. It was Crimson
It was
Bullet.
something like that, yeah. What a good song. I forgot that was a banger.
that song's
I haven't heard
awesome.
that in so long.
That album was great.
You know what's really... Side note, what's really weird is if I ever hear that song when it was on the radio or played anywhere, it was never the remix version with all the other people in it with like the cool drops and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like the normal recorded version with like just her. I never understood why.
I don't know.
It's weird because I've never even seen the actual audio for that. I've only seen like the video, like the music video.
World
with, like, all
may
the
never
people in
know.
it. It's weird. Anyways, I mean, it kind of corresponds. They've been on shows together. They're popular. They've been on billboards together. And then August 15th to the 16th, they performed at the Japanese Summer Sonic Festival. That sounds fun. Oh, did you have anything to add to their escapades right now?
What month are we in?
We're
in August of 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just put my stuff in here now.
Go
On
for
January 2015, January 15, 2015, they won a Bong Song at the Golden Disc Awards. Then they won a Bong Song at the 24th Seoul Music Awards. They won World Rookie at the 4th Gaon Chart K-Pop Music Awards. And they won Best Male Dance Performance at the Melon Music Awards on November 7, 2015. That's a little bit ahead of where we are, but I just thought I'd stick it in.
That's
Sure,
okay.
why not?
I just want to know what the BTS trophy room looks like. Like, how big is that room? It's got to just be
They had to
giant.
get a second room for
I was
everything.
going to
They had
say,
to open up a second studio so they could put all the trophies.
it was just like Shooter using Happy's grandma's room for all his trophy case. Like,
It
they
really
had
is.
to just like, it's got to be a whole house of just trophies. And that's all
Oh,
it
because
is.
right now, like I said, we're not even into 2016 yet. They're not even like super mainstream. This is still just them
Yeah.
rocking it out in Asia over here. November 2015, they began their third tour, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, on stage. Sounds like some type of like a beautiful ice.
Sounds like a play.
like a play or like a what are those things called when you're ice skating?
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know
but it's
what you
like-
mean, though.
Like they're going around like yeah, like Disney on ice.
Blades of Glory.
Then they debuted their fourth EP, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 2, with the lead single Run. And this marked their first appearance on the Billboard Top 200 at 171.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard that song. I might have.
I don't know if I've heard that one.
May 2016. So now we're in another year. This is 2016. They released their first compilation album at which was the finale to the Youth series, and it was The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Young Forever.
How long was it? So it literally went since they started. So I guess it went a few years.
Yeah, and this was like a compilation.
They've just
So
done a lot.
Yeah, and then they re-released it with new singles. There was Epilogue, Young Forever, Fire, which everybody knows that,
Great song.
and then Save Me.
Yeah.
So apparently that was
I
like
love Save Me.
it was like a compilation re-release kind of thing, but then they added new singles to it, like they do like repackages and stuff.
Right.
So Fire got an all kill on the music charts, made number 107 on the Billboard 200, and the album made number 2 on the Billboard World Albums.
Yes, they're very
just-
popular song.
They're just like inching that way up. Just
slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, just getting higher and higher.
And Fire got 3 music show wins. Yeah.
I know this was the moment when they like started like getting really noticed, and then they just kind of like took off.
Yeah.
Fire was a really big song for him.
I was gonna ask because I don't know. I was gonna ask Mango, obviously. Like, okay, like they're obviously just like a K-pop boy group, but they're like different because of how big they are and what they've done like throughout the world. I mean, we all know like how big they are, but like when was like that moment when it just became like
out of control?
This is just like not a K-pop boy group. They're just like this phenomenon of like crazy, like what happened? Because I mean, how they're formed and everything, it's not like any different than. I mean, it's like cool how they came together, but it's not necessarily different than like
anything crazy compared to other groups.
Yeah, like that's kind of how groups happen. People get brought into companies or get let go by other companies or whatever. But like, what was the BTS moment? It was just like exploding to just be like this ginormous force that they are now. Like that's what I've always wondered. Like, what happened?
I don't think there was like one defining moment. In my eyes, I feel like I Need You got like more attention. Fire got more attention. And then like Blood, Sweat, Tears got a lot of attention.
Right.
Which we're about to talk about.
So, yeah. So I just feel like they kind of build up. I don't think there's like one defining moment that was like, they are now doing worldwide domination.
Okay. Which I guess from seeing the notes and stuff, it kind of makes more sense for me. Just seeing how many times they like came to America before and just like built that.
I feel like they like started since they started coming to America and people like knew kind of because usually groups get really big and then they come to America because they have a fan base.
Yeah.
It almost seems like they came over trying to build a fan base from the ground up from the beginning, coming here just getting noticed a little bit.
Definitely.
But I do know from personal experience, like I said, we saw them on Dream Concert 2015 and they had the I Need You song.
Yeah.
Then the next thing I remember hearing about was like their Wings album was really popular, and then they were like came and performed on the MTV Music Show Awards.
Yeah.
And then after that, they were like getting a lot of attention for that and I heard like they were really big because they beat Justin Bieber as like the highest social media artist in the entire world, right? So that was like a big thing that they did. And then after that, well, I mean, I'm getting really far ahead of myself right now, but the next thing I really remember that blew them up was when they had the Steve Aoki Mic Drop remix. But yeah, in between seeing them in 2015, I just remember Wings was like a really big album for me. They got really popular because of that.
I remember just like seeing stuff about like ARMY being the greatest like fandom in like literally the world. And I was just like, go off. Like that's sick that like a Korean artist fandom is the greatest fandom in the world. Like I was like,
boy, did we learn the hard way.
I was like, I don't know too much about these guys, but I am in full support of this and everything they do because that's awesome what they've like done.
To me, I think like a lot of like the blowing up kind of stuff is because of like the fandom, and I think like there are fans like in a lot of different countries, and like that just became really apparent in their activity and like streaming and like voting and a bunch of different things. So I think it was a lot of the fandom that fueled their popularity. Not to discredit BTS in any way, but I think the fandom like did a lot of work.
Right.
The real MVP here is social media.
Oh yeah.
Right. But isn't that how like a lot of us got into K-pop too, like through social media, like through YouTube?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So like,
I mean,
I guess K-pop owes a lot to social media.
It's true. I always talk about how I wonder how some of the older groups, how big they could have got if social media was like a more prominent thing back when they were like promoted. Like we always talk about how Big Bang is like the kings of K-pop, but like when they first started out and stuff, they didn't have like the access to like the social medias like Twitter and Instagram and V-Lives and all that stuff. Like every group now has access to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That came along like, later on in their career after they like already had been popular and everybody like knew who they were. But think about if they would have came and toured from early on and like people knew who they were before they even debuted, they would have been even bigger than they are.
And I mean that I know that they made awesome strides in like coming to the American market and stuff like that with what they had. But like BTS, it seems like they kind of just grew with Twitter and
with
like,
social media. It's
they
came
grew
with the social media.
them. Therefore, the fans grew with them, making them more of like a tight knit group and like literally an army. It's like the perfect name for the fandom.
Think about it. They said they debuted in I guess it was like 2013, 2014. So that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a long time.
So a lot of these kids that probably like BTS have only known social media growing up, and like that's how they found everything about K-pop, and they could follow them every step of the way since they like Because I remember when I was growing up, I didn't have a phone. Like I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't when I did get one, I didn't have like a smartphone. It wasn't like a little kid who had a smartphone and could just look stuff up. Now you could just be like, oh, this is cool. Click on it, and you see it all the time. Like, oh yeah. And you grow up. That's just all you know. It's like social media. You can look anything up you want. So I feel like they definitely grew with the social media growing too, which is, good for them. They came around and.
It's absolutely perfect.
I got to give it the big hit for targeting that and using social media to their advantage.
Could not have been done any better. Perfect strategy.
Too bad Cube could not promote CLC at all that well.
They could take some notes.
Even 1% as well as that. But. Here we go, jumping back to 2016, since we're very far ahead of ourselves.
Bet.
From May to August 2016, BTS did another tour called BTS Live, the most beautiful moment in life epilogue tour. And then at the same time, they performed as the headliners of both KCON Newark and LA.
Okay.
So they went on another tour, and then they were the headliners at KCON, which is pretty good. Then October 2016, they released their second album, Wings, which we just talked about, which is really popular. I don't know what big part of it was because all 7 members each released a solo track on the album.
Yeah.
And the lead single was Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and it debuted at number 26 on the Billboard's Top 200. So it's kind of cool how they all got their own solo songs on the same album along with their singles that they put out. Yeah, that is
cool.
So... But I know Wings is very, very big, very
number
popular.
Number 1 on the Billboard albums, all 15 songs in the top 15. Gaon, digital charts. Yeah, that's some stats with that.
Yeah, so that's pretty big.
So that album was like, okay, here they are. Like
we're here.
They also got another All Kill on the Korean music charts. Blood, Sweat, Tears won 6 music shows, and it ended up number 1 on the Billboard World Digital Songs.
That's pretty good. So after that, in February 2017, so we're in the next year now, they released the Wings repackaged album, You Never Walk Alone, and it had 4 new tracks, and the lead single was Spring Day. They also had another world tour, BTS Live Trilogy Episode 3, the Wings Tour. They just have so many trilogies.
They just tour all the time.
And during this tour, they visited 12 countries.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to the 24th Billboard Music Awards, and they won Top Social Artist. So this is really just the beginning of them just blowing up.
Mango Win was the one performance that I don't know if I've actually seen the whole thing, but when they like dressed up sort of like the Beatles and it was like black and white. Wasn't that a thing? Was that ever a thing? Maybe I'm tripping. I'm looking it up. That. You guys go. I'm looking it up.
Okay. But yeah, seems like this was like a big, like the big moment when they were just like in America at the Billboard Music Awards doing performances, like getting really popular. September 2017, they started the Love Yourself series. So it seems like they have a bunch of trilogies, like in freaking Star Wars. Like each thing's just like a 3-sect trilogy that just goes together.
Perfect.
They released their 5th EP, Love Yourself, Her, with the lead singles DNA and Mic Drop.
Know those songs?
Yeah, I do know those.
Yeah,
songs?
Definitely.
Those songs were
That was my first BTS comeback, and I was just like blown away. I was a little surprised because, like, I think DNA was different than, like, what I was expecting based on, like, their previous music.
Mm-hmm. DNA was good.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was good. I think it was kind of overplayed, though, like, that, and that's not any fault of their own. Like, I feel like they were blowing up and, like, everyone was playing this song.
Wasn't that the song that they went on the show, played at that award show, and everyone was, like, hating on it for lip-syncing? You know what I'm talking
award
about?
Show?
Mm-mm. I'll have to look it up.
I don't know.
They performed on. I remember in America they came to like the MTV Music Awards or something and performed it, or maybe it's the Grammys. I honestly don't know. And they were like, everyone was like bashing on them because they said they're like lip syncing, and everyone's like, yeah, and like literally everyone defended them. They had like no problem with it, and they're like saying that it's because they were dancing and blah blah blah. I'll have to look it up.
I don't recall that one.
It was like a huge thing. But
I kind of remember like the rebuttal, like, "Hey, that's what we do." Like,
yeah, like that's just K-pop. Like that's how it
Us
works.
dumb Americans don't understand.
Yeah. So you can tell me whatever. What were you looking up while I looked this up?
Oh, okay. Well, mine I figured out. It's a little later, a few years down the road. It was in 2019. It was an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. They were on it, right? And they recreated when the Beatles were on the Ed Sullivan Show from 1964. They like had the same look, like it was black and white, and they wore like the same type of suits, and they had like the little drums with like the old school BTS on the thing. I don't think I've actually seen the performance. I just remember seeing pictures, and I was like, that is like the most absolute perfect way to have them on like an American TV show and just like show the impact, because the Beatles were obviously like such a like world changing band. And I was like, to have BTS be a world changing band as well, to have them be like have just like that ode back to the Beatles in a way. I thought that was just like a really good idea. Whoever thought of that, I was like, that's a perfect way of like marketing them as just like the ginormous group that they are. But so they were on the Late Show in 2019. So I knew that was a thing. I just couldn't remember. I was like, I knew they dressed up as like the Beatles and they had like the suits and stuff and looked all cool and whatnot. So
Sorry, guys.
I'll
I'm
have to
looking
look
this
that
up.
up.
I'm pretty sure it was DNA that they sang at the AMAs, and people were like complaining about it, like, and people were like, "Oh no, this is what happens because they're singing
It
and
was
dancing at the
probably
same
the
time."
AMAs.
it's just the haters out
I just
there.
remember it was like a huge thing, and everyone was like mad about it, and then they like obviously the armies like protected them like little children.
While Fog's looking that up, I have some stuff.
Go for it.
So DNA got 10 music show wins. It got number 49 on Billboard's 100 Best Songs of 2017 list. They were the first Korean act to debut in the top 10 of the Billboard 200. Debuted with at number 7 with "Love Yourself, Her." 2017 American Music Awards US TV debut performance with DNA. So maybe it is the American Music Awards that Fog's talking about.
I think according to this,
Maybe.
I think it was the AMAs in 2017.
Maybe.
Okay, that makes sense. They were the first ever K-pop album to be officially sold on Amazon.
Ooh.
DNA becomes the first K-pop group hit single to hit the US iTunes Top 10 at number 4. It was the 11th most viewed video of all times in 24 hours. However, Blackpink may have recently beat them out on that. I have not checked that yet. And BTS started the Love Myself campaign. They started a campaign called End Violence with UNICEF, and they gave a speech at the UN to end poverty and violence.
Nice.
Yeah.
Goodness, just world ambassadors out here.
I don't know if you said it too,
Yeah.
but then the Mic Drop remix later came and peaked at number 28 on the
Shout out
top
to
100.
designer.
I know, right? You really brought it down. First off, his verses are awesome.
That's a great song.
Did you have anything else to add?
That was good
No,
stuff,
that's all.
Mango.
Okay.
I'm
But yeah,
learning
I was
so
looking
much.
up, and I'm pretty sure it was their DNA performance at the AMAs in 2017 that people were talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
Then, December 2017, they became the first K-pop group to ever perform at New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Yeah.
The ultimate American tradition. Dick Clark's New York Rockin' Eve.
Weren't they there this year or last?
I'm sure they've probably
I
been
think
there a
they
lot
were.
since then. This was like the first time they ever did it.
They were like standing next to Gronk, and I was like, "What is the world?"
Where am
I
I?
was like, "What is going on?"
Then May 2018, the next year, they released their third album, Love Yourself. Is it Tear or Tear?
Tear.
Okay.
Like crying.
Okay. That's one of those words we were talking about the other day. I don't know. I guess it could be Tear. I have no idea. I mean, their lead single was Fake Love.
Oof.
And they
That's a
won
banger.
the Top Social Artist Award again. And their album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Top 200. And Fake Love was on number 10 on the Billboard Top 100 Songs. So, I mean, that's pretty good.
I like that song a
Yeah.
lot. I like that song.
So they met the president Moon Jae-in congratulated them for being number 1 on the Billboard 200, and then they got to meet the president later after that.
The President of America?
President of South Korea.
They met Obama?
President Moon.
Wait, was Obama president in 2018?
No, I don't think so. No, that would have been
No, he
Trump's
was not.
second. That would have been Trump's second year.
I honestly have no idea.
Years are crazy. No, it would have been Donald Trump. Pretty sure.
Man.
No,
But,
it is.
But They're literally like such a national like asset. That's what's super crazy too. It's like how important they are to just like the country of South Korea.
Probably just the tourism that brings people there, like probably boosts their economy so much.
I know I saw it one time how much revenue literally people coming to
which is
Korea
why
just because of BTS.
And the government funds these people so they can make music.
It was like millions of dollars. I was like, that's so crazy.
I did see where that's like their biggest like out like, you know, thing that they put out is K-pop music. Like that's like what they count on to like sustain their economy.
A huge export is just BTS in
export, that's what it is. Like that's their main exports, K-pop music. Clearly, because that's where it comes from.
And Samsung.
Is Samsung from there?
I think it might be.
Samsung.
But yeah, there you go. They blew up for Fake Love. I remember that song came out and it was really big. That was the last song I really remember for them being like a good song in my opinion. Because after that, when they came out with this like song with Nicki Minaj, just kind of was like, yeah, I'm over this.
Was that Idol?
Yeah. And then August 28th.
I love Idol so much.
Do you like it?
Why was
in
Nicki
August
Minaj
2018, they released their fourth album, Love Yourself Answer, and the lead single is Idol with Nicki Minaj.
Cool video.
And they embarked on another world tour called BTS Love Yourself. So this is when they definitely. I mean, I never like was super into them and stuff, but once I even listened to the song when it first came out, I'm just like, why is Nicki Minaj even in this song? Like, why did they do this?
I just thought it was
she
random
started
that
collaborating with like a lot of American artists, and like I guess she just got featured. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
was the designer not good enough for you?
No.
But yeah, sorry, Armies. This is where you fell off for me in August of 2018. Because I remember everyone was super hyped and like all came out and everyone was like super pumped about it, and I was just like, I'm not feeling it.
The song was all right.
Take Nicki Minaj out of it and it would have been way better.
I liked Fake Love a lot. So.
Fake Love was good.
I liked Idol more than Fake Love.
Did you?
Fake Love just did not do it for me. Maybe because
That chorus,
Fake Love was like darker.
If it was
like,
the dark hormones.
Like War Hormone, Part 2, Fake Love.
Add some more of that.
After the teen years, Fake Love.
Adulting.
Yeah, I know, right? Once they learned. On November 2018, they released the BTS movie, Burn the Stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that was another thing that threw me off. I was like, oh, that's what the name means. Because I didn't know.
And they ranked number 8 on Billboard's top artist chart. It's pretty cool.
That's really good.
I guess. I don't know if that's a good company to be in or not. I couldn't tell you. I don't really pay attention to that. Is that good?
I'm sure. I mean, I don't know either, but I feel like number 8's pretty good.
I feel like if you're usually top 10 in most things.
If you're a top artist in like a top 10, yeah, you're doing pretty well for yourself.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That just threw me off. I was thinking, I'm like, top 10, pretty much anything's usually not the worst.
Pretty darn good.
Not the worst.
Yeah.
Now we're going to 2019. So
Wait, I have some stuff for 2018.
Okay, so we got some 2018 information here.
So there's a lot. Let me figure out where to start. So in 2018, on October 24th, they got the Order of Popular Culture and Arts Awards. They got like little medals of cultural merit.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Purple
Hearts. Purple Hearts. Purple Heart, yeah. 2018 MGA MBC Plus X Genie Music Awards. They won 10 awards, including Artist of the Year and Digital Album of the Year. At 44E People's Choice Awards, which I didn't know was a thing until I did research for this, they won 4 awards, including Group of the Year for 2018. The Burn the Stage movie was released. At the 2018 Asia Artist Awards, they won 5 awards, including Artist of the Year. At the Melon Music Awards, they won 7 awards, including Artist of the Year and Best Album of the Year. In December of 2018, at the Mnet Asian Music Awards in Japan, they performed Unpun Man and won 4 awards, including Worldwide Icon of the Year. And at the Hong Kong Mnet Asian Music Awards, they won Artist of the Year. And then we go into 2019. Okay, we're good.
Did you watch the Burn the Stage movie?
No, I didn't.
Is it like a concert video, or is it actually like
behind
I
this?
I thought YouTube had a series called Burn the Stage, and then I thought that was a movie. But I think there's a different movie that's not that.
Okay.
I just want to know if they actually burned the stage.
That'd be cool.
Like, set it
Do
on
it.
fire.
Why not?
Drop a flaming mic during like mic drop.
That'd be awesome,
That'd be
actually.
sick.
Just set the whole stage
I'd
on
love
fire
that.
and leave.
That's perfect.
Maybe a safety hazard, but it'd be worth it. April 2019, they became the first K-pop group to surpass 5 billion streams on Spotify.
Hey.
Pretty good.
You know, it's weird. You would think it'd be a lot more since, you know, Blackpink has 100 billion views on YouTube on a lot of their videos. Apparently
Yeah, I
YouTube's
don't know.
way more popular than Spotify.
Just translate to Spotify views. I don't know how it works.
I guess. Weird. April 12th, 2019, they released their 6th EP, Map of Soul, Persona, and their lead single was Boy With Love. This is one you're thinking of.
Yes.
And it
That's
says
with,
the EP
that's with
was
someone.
the best-selling physical album in the USA of 2019 with 312,000 physical copies sold. And Boy With Love debuted at number 8 on the Billboard's Top 100. I don't even know if I've ever heard this song.
You know what? Kind of like that song.
Is it good? I
Yeah.
don't know if I've ever heard it.
It's like more, it's like brighter. It's like more of like a bright
Yeah,
kind of
it's,
like.
it's bright, it's cheery.
Who's in
it's
it? Who's
super
in
catchy.
it? Who's in
Halsey.
it? Halsey. Yeah. It's super, it is really like catchy. Very catchy pop
Yeah,
song.
it's super catchy.
It was good though. I liked it.
I'll have to listen to
It's
it.
good.
May 2019, they went on their next world tour, which I'm pretty sure the name of this tour must have came from Cody Fanning himself. It says,
Oh gosh.
"Love yourself, speak yourself."
Nice.
On June 2019, they released 3 new collabs in support of their mobile game, BTS World.
Ooh. What is that? What is that?
And they had Dream Glow featuring Charlie XCX, A Brand New
What?
Day featuring Zara Larson, whoever that is, and the greatest BTS song of all time, All Night, featuring my boy Juice WRLD.
That is a sick song.
R.I.P. Dude, I listen to it so much, it's the best. Then they also released the song Heartbeat for the game's official soundtrack, BTS World Original Soundtrack.
Fair enough.
It's kind of weird, like named specifically after what things are.
What is the app? What is the game? Like, what do you do? Mango.
Mango.
I haven't played this.
I don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
I'm sure all the armies can tell us what it is. I imagine if it was a game, it's probably like one of those ones with like...
Yeah, like play the song
Play the
and like
notes,
hit
like
the
the
button.
piano
That's what
or
I was
whatever.
thinking. That's what
Oh
I was
yeah, okay, this is the game where you pretend to be the BTS manager and you have to like get the boys to debut and they're like
Oh,
This is
really mean
completely
and rude
different.
to you in the
Ooh.
game.
This is completely different than what
that
I
is
thought
not
it was.
what I thought it was. That's way more intense.
Good thing I didn't put money on that. It's like that one NFL game they came out with a while ago with Bill Cowher on the front of it, and you're
Yeah,
like the
the
head
co-
coach of the
coach.
team.
That's actually sounds really stressful.
It does. It makes you
It
realize
does.
why.
I remember fans were like talking about it. They're like, I'm still stuck on this level. Like, why can't I move on? Yoongi's being mean to me. No one likes the name of the band.
That's so crazy. I almost want to like play this.
I just want
game.
to download it and play it now.
It's like Oregon Trail.
Kinda. October 18th, 2019, they released the song Make It Right featuring, is it Love?
Yeah, love. Yeah.
Love as the second single from Map of Soul Persona. And with 2.5 million copies sold, Map of Soul Persona was the third best-selling album of 2019.
That's a lot of copies.
A lot of albums.
A lot.
It's a lot of photo cards.
Lots and lots of Jungkooks. Going out to everybody.
We got so many collabs that year. I was like, what is going on?
Honestly, it seems like after they like made it big with their Wings album, that like a lot of their albums now and singles all have a collab with somebody on it.
Yeah. It's just the next step.
Yeah. Oh,
I have
so
some awards for
okay.
2019.
Okay,
Okay.
they got
So,
a bunch.
In January, they won 6 awards, including Album of the Year. They sung at the 33 Golden Disc Awards. And on January 15th, they won Fun Song again, and the Best Album Award and Day Song at 28 Soul Music Awards. In February, they went to the Grammys, and they received a nomination for Best Recording Package, and they also presented the Best R&B Album Category Award. And February 26th, they won Musician of the Year at the 16th Korean Music Awards. Oh, BTS becomes and in April, along with their release of Boy in Love, BTS becomes the first group since the Beatles to earn 3 #1 albums in less than a year.
Dang.
Goodness,
Yeah.
that's actually really crazy. That's really crazy.
And then in May, they won Top Social Artist for the 3rd year in a row. And I don't know like what any of this means, but the RIAA Gold certified album Map of the Soul Persona peaks at #1. We read that. Yeah, I don't know what the gold certified and the single became like platinum certified. Yeah.
Isn't that how much it like sells?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sales.
I think it's like how many sales.
Okay. I didn't pay attention to Billboard at all until like ARMY started talking about BTS going to this and winning like the social artist thing. I was like, what? I have to pay attention to that now? Okay.
Yeah, because they kind of came and just like dominated it. They were just like,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna make it ours, and they did. Are
So-
they like allowed to go on these shows anymore because they just win so much? I feel they're like, you've won too many trophies, so you're like not allowed anymore.
Do they sort of like default win where they like give their win to somebody else because they're tired of winning?
I was like, we can't hold these trophies
We're
anymore.
like here in spirit.
Here you go,
but,
CLC.
Yeah, here, give this to like 2nd and 3rd place. They feel good about themselves.
I
On
got
a
2
side
more awards
note,
for 2019.
on a
Okay, so November they won
Oh, they
8
more.
awards, including a Daesung sweep at the Melon Music Awards, and they
Oh.
won 9 awards, including a Daesung sweep at the Mnet Asian Music Awards in December of 2019. Okay,
If
that's all I got.
if
for
there's
them.
anyone else like in a nomination against them, do you even think you have a chance? Like
you
that's
just
like,
show up to make the appearance.
It's like,
I think it depends.
it's cool. We got 2nd place again.
I just always thought it was fun if like when you win a Daesung walks up on stage and you like get to take him home with you.
I wish that'd be fun.
He's like bring him up from the back. He's like walks
He would
out.
literally be like the next member of BTS. How many they've won? He just like live with them.
Yeah, I know. He just like walked off stage and he's like theirs for like the day, and then they gotta give him back.
Then just win them again.
Our
He's
secret.
like, this is legend status, kids. This is what you have to aspire to.
I know, just secret 8th member Daesung. They won a ton of awards. I mean, they're really
Literally,
dominant.
their
they
trophy room is ridiculous.
Although honestly, when it's a voting system and you have so many armies, is there any award they're not gonna win?
Yeah.
I
but
mean,
like they've like that's how you earn it. I
yeah,
mean,
because most
it's-
things are voted
Yeah.
on by like fans and like polls and stuff. It's not really like a closed like voting
right.
judgment area where there's like 18 distinguished people like music critics voting on things. It's like, oh yeah, vote for who you want to win this album, and then armies flood everything, and so they're gonna win everything.
That's teamwork
Yeah,
right
but
there.
it's also like album sales, like traditional and digital stuff too. Like in
Right,
some of
right.
these awards.
They buy a lot of albums. Did you see?
Can you imagine like a music critic like being like critiquing K-pop? Like,
Well, you don't
I don't
want
want to see that.
you don't want to do that because you get I remember seeing some stuff on Twitter of random music critics who obviously I would never know who they are, just and like and they hardly get any interaction on their tweets, but then they'd like come for I think they came for like BTS. And then they just get obliterated. It's literally like piranhas in the water. It's like it's like crazy. Which it's just dumb because usually when I've seen some of the critics who are not like K-pop like analysts or something, they just like they don't necessarily like understand like what K-pop is and what they do, and then they just like, oh, this is like kind of stupid, and they do this and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, well you don't understand like that's how it is and that's what they do, and then yeah, the Twitter and the armies take care of the rest and just end that person. It's seen it happen. It's pretty wild.
Oh yeah.
I will say the armies are very good at burying bad hashtags on Twitter so nobody can find them.
Dude, they literally run Twitter. Like they just do. Like it's just crazy.
I'm
There's
pretty
just-
sure
there's just
90%
so
of
many.
the people on there are armies.
Just armies.
But hey, they got a big fan base. Good for them.
Yeah, they did it.
I mean, isn't that really the goal of
That's the
anybody
goal.
who
They
does
earned it.
anything? Then January 2020, so more recent, they released the single Black Swan in a video for that, and it's supposed to be their first single off the new album that they released in February 21st, 2020, and that was their 4th Korean album, Map of Soul 7, with their lead single On, featuring Sia. Is that how you say it? Sia? Sia?
Yeah.
Sia?
Yeah.
Agreed.
The only thing I know her from was she was one of the people that was in that one video on Netflix with the Basham Bros.
Oh really?
Yeah, she like had a part singing.
Wow, what an upgrade.
I know, right? It debuted on number 4 on the Billboard Top 100. So, I mean, they came out swinging.
Was on the video where they're like in the road, kind of like I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just like in I think it's in like LA and stuff, like the little where like the water goes and like the bridges and all that stuff. Okay.
You mean the same place where Odd Eye Circle was?
No, yeah, it is the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing. That song was okay.
It's a different angle.
Yeah.
Just a different song.
That song was alright. It wasn't my favorite. I did watch that video.
I don't know if I've even heard it. I'm not gonna lie.
It took me a while to like get on board with it. I was just very like confused and like, what is this? It's very new. So it took me a couple listens to be like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, I think since I was just kind of like casually listening to like beat, I was just like, oh, like I'll check out the comeback. I was like, this isn't my favorite. So I guess I didn't really know like what they've kind of like, because I wasn't like in order listening to the songs as they would come out, so I didn't really know what came before.
You didn't know all the trilogies.
I was like, I didn't know all the trilogies and Red Bullets and Hormones and all that, but like that one, I was like, it's okay. Like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't. I was like, I don't know if I like it more than like Boy with Love and stuff like that, or that, or like Fake Love and all that stuff.
The last thing I have here was on April 2020. They were supposed to embark on their 4th worldwide tour, but it was canceled because of the coronavirus, and that kind of brings
we
us to where we
are all here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you had to add besides any
I have
other
a lot
information?
of things.
Okay.
Go for
Enlighten us.
Okay. So January 4th, we're gonna start from the beginning of 2020.
Okay.
They sung All Kill at the 34th Golden Disc Awards. January 8th, they got 9th Gaon. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong. Chart Music Awards, Artist of the Year, Social Hot Star of the Year, and Retail Album of the Year. On January 14th, they launched their Connect BTS campaign art project, which is like connecting between 22 artists between 5 cities, because like art transcends like language barriers and stuff. So it's like promoting art among all these places. I thought that was pretty cool. I never really understood it completely, but I get like the gist of it kind of.
That's what they do.
And then January 15th, Map of the Soul 7 surpasses 3.42 million pre-orders in the first week.
It's not bad.
January 26th, they perform at the 62nd Grammys Awards, which was really big in the fandom. I remember that.
They still have the Grammys? That's like still a thing that happens?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently, yes.
I had no idea.
Literally, the only reason I pay attention to the award shows is like
to watch BTS.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm like, yeah, Grammys is great. I'm not gonna watch it, but they're great.
There's probably so many people like that, or just like.
That's probably why they have them all there, to get all those views, man.
Yeah.
They were named the Hyundai Global Brand Ambassador for 2020. And on January 30th, they won Bonsong Award and Album Day Song at the 29th Seoul Music Awards. And they sold out Wembley Stadium. And they were the first Korean act to headline Wembley Stadium.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then on February 28th, they got a first one, and then On got a first one, and On went on to win 16 more wins, which is crazy to me. And then
that's a lot of show victories.
That is a ton. How are they not number 1 in show wins right now?
That's so many.
Do they even show up and perform at these shows to get the show wins, or do they just like have so many sales they just get them?
I think they actually show up at these things.
Because I know in like music show awards, sometimes you don't even have to be there, and you can still win.
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of times BTS send in like a video acceptance, like for some awards.
Thanks, guys.
Just the default.
Thanks.
The generic win, because you know they're gonna win.
Oh, again, of course.
Disney does like award shows, and they sent in like a little video message saying thank you, and I was like, "Yep, sounds like it."
Do they still go perform on like Music Bank and Show Champion and the show and stuff?
Yeah.
Because I know that there's some groups that are like so big that they'll do like their debut stage for their new song, but then they're like, that's it, and they like don't go back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think a lot of the later songs, like for the Love Yourself, and like they did like debuts on like American talk shows.
Okay.
So, and then February 26th, At the 34th Japan Gold Disc Awards, they won Best Asian Artist, Best 5 Single, Song of the Year by Downloads, and Best Music Video.
That's easy money.
On March,
It really is.
on March 5th.
So many championships.
Surprise release of the Black Swan MV, so they had like another MV for Black Swan. Breaks the record for fastest MV to reach 1 million likes on YouTube in under 30 minutes. And then
Also
March
pretty good.
6th, Cookie and Jimin get featured on Love Song Who, which I don't remember if I've heard or not. And then Map of the Soul 7 records highest monthly sales Gaon history with 4.1 million copies sold in February. And then Map of the Soul is gets named the best-selling album in South Korean history. That's mind-blowing to me.
That's wild. That's so
Right?
many. That's just a lot of albums.
Man.
And then March 16th, 2020, at the second V-Fact Music Awards, they won the Daesung Award, Listener's Choice, Year's Artist, and TMA Popularity Award. April 9th, they're the first artist to receive the quadruple million certification from Gaon. And on May 6th, they were announced commencement speakers and performers at YouTube's virtual graduation, alongside Obama.
Did they
and
like?
many other honorable names.
Did they like just make up awards to give these guys?
I was literally
like,
gonna say
I've
that.
never heard of any of these awards.
I was literally gonna say
TBH,
they got
with
too
the Obamas,
big.
I thought the top social award. I thought that was just something made up to give to them, and I never cared enough to actually look up if it's a thing or not. So, but I think like armies, like for a while there was like a lot of worry as to whether or not like people were using like award shows and like American celebrities were using BTS for clout, which is like, I know it's a thing, like people hate armies for that. So, yeah.
I just figured they've won so many of the other awards. They're like, all right, we have to make up these other ones to give them.
So it doesn't seem rigged.
They just literally keep winning. They just don't stop. So
because there's like so many awards you're just naming off. I'm like, I've never heard of any
you're just
of
like the
these
triple
things.
gold
Right?
standard platinum selling person
Yamaha.
award. I'm like, I don't know. Has anyone ever won that award? Because I don't think
Like,
so.
can I like pull up a list of past and present winners on that? Like, is that,
BTS.
like- yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they've won a lot of awards. They're pretty popular. Which, I mean, I already knew they're really popular, but dang.
Yeah.
If I've learned anything from this experience so far, it's they have a lot of fans.
They do. And that they've actually had a really, really organic growth.
Yeah, it's not
I
like
didn't.
it's
I
like,
didn't really know. I didn't really know about the beginning and stuff, but they actually have like very organically grown into like the group they are.
also shocked that their album is the best-selling album in history, even better than Summer Aid by DIA.
That's the fun fact. How many more albums of
Because
that?
Woo Wah was a banger. So was Woo Woo.
Tell me that's not the number one selling.
You're trying to tell me they've sold more albums in one album than DIA has views on all their videos combined together?
Yes.
Times 10?
Man, it really is. Like I mean, obviously we know they're huge, but when you really like break it down, it's pretty like amazing.
That's a
It's
lot.
like legit, just like it's crazy. Like what? Where do they like go though? That's like the question. I was like, are they just gonna
Yeah.
get more and more and more and more? Like literally. Which
Yeah,
like I don't know why
I know.
I don't know why they won.
Here's the real question, though. When do these guys gotta go to the army?
Well,
Okay,
didn't
so
they
there's been,
just?
like a lot. Oh, go
You
ahead.
go. You go.
You go. No, you
go.
guys go.
Okay, so first, there's been like a lot of discussion about like whether they're supposed to go. Some people are like they're Korean men, they have to go. It's the law. And then other people are like, no, they're such an asset to like the monies of the country.
True.
Like, don't let them go because we need them to represent. So
It's almost like
I don't
the
know
it's like
whether they're gonna go or not.
I mean, honestly, I don't know, like, super deep and, like, everything that has to do with, like, the Korean culture and all that, but I do know that over there they take it very, very seriously that all men have to go do their time in the army.
Yeah.
And, like, if they don't, they're, like, shunned. Like, they get really mad about that.
Well, I think a lot of Korean people have been saying like, no, don't send them to the army. We need them to not go to the army. We
See,
need them to,
that's
like,
what's crazy. 'Cause,
being overseas.
I didn't know if it was a thing where it's like if you win like a gold medal or like a trophy in sports, you don't have to go.
You like change your,
I was like, you get to just,
or you don't believe
like,
in war, like
you get
Kareem
to,
Abdul-Jabbar.
yeah, if you like win a sort of achievement in sports, you like don't have to necessarily go. But
You'd think though, with as popular as they are and how popular the members are, that they'd be able to do something like what's her face? Super Junior did, and rotate through members while other members are gone, and they can release like subunits and singles and solo stuff. Because
Yeah.
each member's gonna garnish popularity regardless of what they're doing. They could put out single stuff, they could put out subunit stuff where like 3 members are gone, and then once the other 3 are gone, put the other ones through. So that way they all serve their time and they can all, still be putting out music. Which is why I honestly thought that Big Hit was snatching up all these other groups so they could cover for BTS when they
Oh, that's a really interesting thought.
had to go into the army. Because, like, someone's got to make it for themselves, so they went and bought 17. They went and bought G-Friend. Like, these are big-name groups. Like, they're not, like, brand-new groups. And weren't they, like, I don't know if they still do it, or someone said that they're, like, putting out some type of, like, auditions for like a new girl group or something like that. And don't they have another really boy group too? Besides them, that's pretty popular.
Talk about pressure.
It has TXT.
And
they're really good.
I know they're pretty popular too. So it's almost like they're setting up for them inevitably having to go serve their time in the military and be able to stay afloat while they're gone. I just feel like they would be able to have the ability to rotate through the members doing subunits and solo stuff long enough for them to, like, have everyone go through, then come out and be fine.
Didn't they, most of them, I could be wrong here, but didn't most of them just apply for graduate school?
Yeah, Jonathan sent that article in the Discord.
Yeah. I remember seeing that on Twitter and reading about it because I thought that was interesting. Because is that a way that they could, like, extend, isn't it a way that they could almost extend not having to go? Because I saw people talking about, like, it's either like, oh, they're doing this because they want to extend their time.
Yeah, there's like certain things you can do to make it so you don't have to go. Like, if it, what did they say? It's like if you're in school, or it's like something that like would stop your career, like something you have to do, or there was another one. I'm trying to remember what it was, but there was certain stuff that get you out of it up to a certain amount of time until you get to that age where you actually have to go.
Yeah,
like Big Bang. That's what happened to Big Bang. They just had to go.
I just saw that. I think maybe all the members but one applied. They're like going to graduate school or something, and people are like, "Oh, they're doing it." Yeah, they're doing it because they want to extend, and people are just like, "No, they just want to go to school." And I was like, I don't know either way, but honestly,
I don't know what to make of that.
I don't know. I mean, they obviously know more than us, but I almost feel like they would just be like, you know what, you guys have done a lot, you don't have to do it. But like you said, for all the men over there, that might be like, that's like their duty. So if they want to do it, then they're going to do it because they almost like have to. So
I remember other Justin was telling me a story when he was stationed over there, that there was a guy that was like with him because he was like in the military,
Yeah.
And he said that he actually was like going to school in like America, like Harvard or something, to become like a doctor and get his doctorate degree.
Yeah.
But his parents made him come back to Korea to serve his time in the military before he could go become a doctor.
It's their duty.
Because it's like, he's like, yeah, if you don't do this, then we're like kicking you out of the family.
They
like,
just need
you have to do it.
Yeah, they just need to like send as many of them as they can at once so they can come out together. And then once they come out, just have the biggest comeback of like all time and just make it like super huge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've always thought in my head, like, would it be better for them all to go at one time and then get out at one time, or just to cycle through them and everybody be gone and then
just keep one guy back?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't all have to go at the same time, but at the same time, if you're just told all your fans, okay, they have to do this, they're gone, and then in 2 years they come back and they're all just like back at the same time.
Just have a ginormous comeback of they all coming back super strong, army men.
Because when you think about it, they all go at one time. That's 2 years and they're back, right? You cycle through all of them before all of them come back. That could be 7-8 years before all of them come back out and they're all like making music together. When you could just get it over with
all at once.
Same.
G-Friend can hold things down.
I was gonna say they've been snatching up all these other groups. I don't know why they'd need them if they weren't.
And they could record things. If I was like Big Hit seems to be really smart. All their marketing,
just record
they
stuff.
Should just record things and then you release it like randomly over time throughout their military enlistment and. There you go. Like, and then that would obviously people are going to buy that no matter what they do. Yeah. It'd just be like a surprise BTS release that they recorded before military. So
I mean, it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens because, like I said, I'm not a professional on this, but I have heard from different things. It's like a very important thing that they go and serve their time over there.
Man, I can't imagine.
But it'd be weird seeing them actually having to go. Well, it's not like they're like going to war or anything. They're like going to basic and like what did Top have to do? He was like a security guard.
Well, he was like a security guard, then got in trouble, and then.
Well, I'm saying in general, he's like a security guard.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
like he's like going to like fight wars or anything.
GD got like to live in the penthouse.
Yeah, GD got like treated like a king. Like
he is the king.
So I mean, they sent GD to the army. You think they're not going to send these guys to the army?
Yeah, they.
Didn't GD have like health complications in the army too? Like
he like hurt his leg.
He had like a nasty foot injury, and so dude, that's the thing. I was like, army is like a fandom. I can't imagine how much more like in love they're gonna be than like the guys going to the army and coming back. Like they're gonna be like that much more in love with them, just being like, oh my gosh, like they serve their country, they're so strong, and blah blah, all that. Like,
yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, inevitably.
I don't know how old are they. I don't know how old they are.
I think I was looking. Oh, I can tell you.
Like how old are they?
The youngest one was born in 1997.
Oh, so pretty young.
Yeah, I mean they're not
like crazy young.
The oldest one was born in 1992.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
I'm sure inevitably they'll end up going, but
yeah, I mean, they do a lot.
Such as
life.
life.
Like that's interesting with BTS. Like I feel like at this point in the career, like a K-pop artist, they would have come up with like subunits, and BTS hasn't done that yet. And I feel like that's really interesting.
That is true.
And I can't imagine them having subunits. You know, like like up to this point, you haven't had it. And, like, they've all been doing, like, their own work on the side, like, producing their own music, releasing their own songs, like, as soloists, or, like, by themselves rather than with the group.
Oh, my God. I got it. Okay. This is what they need to go to the army. All possible members need to go to the army at once, and then we need to get awesome fan videos of them performing at the talent shows.
Oh, that's the best thing ever.
Like Taeyong and Daesung performing their own songs.
Just live performances from the army base.
On a tiny little stage in front of all the awesome, crazy army guys that love them.
Oh, that's so funny.
Because those are my favorite videos on the internet.
So
and from BTS, it'd be the best.
All people would freak out.
That'd be awesome. Just like performing their songs with all their like shaved army haircuts and
dudes
everything.
Like freaking out and dancing.
They're like, let's go. Oh my gosh.
With their like backup dancers on the side of them, all their army gear,
and like their little lights and stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's
dude.
Like,
it's so those performances are so.
Oh,
legit.
they're so funny. They're so in a good way. Like I love them.
Oh yeah, they're hilarious. But there you go. So there's a history of BTS, but we're gonna have to cut this into 2 episodes too because this is running long.
Oh yeah.
They deserve it though.
Okay, so
and there's just a lot of stuff. So
we're gonna end this episode, then we'll be back.
This ends part 1.
We'll be back with part 2.
Okay.